Yo, what's up guys? So today we're going to be showcasing off a really cool build of Exodia that I have not seen before. This is a Dark Cure Exodia build. Specifically, Dark Cure really solves this special summon 50 different times to work in your favor while you are playing Exodia. Now, for those guys that don't know what Dark Cure does, let's go ahead and go over the effect because this is a really important card in, of course, Dark Cure Exodia. So, when your opponent summons a monster, they gain life points equal to half the attack of one of the summoned monsters of your choice. You are healing your opponent for, of course, Hope for Escape, which has always been seen in Exodia for many years. But this card, again, really helps out. As you guys will see, you're going to be drawing tons of cards to make this card get so much value out of it because your opponent's life points are irrelevant when you're playing a win condition deck like Exodia. And of course, with the Layer of Darkness support, you're able to potentially get rid of problematic cards, plus obviously be able to search for certain cards that you need because you get to reveal 3 normal traps from your deck. Obviously this one is a continuous, but again, for the consistency of getting those other cards like Hope for Escape are really important in an Exodia deck. And in addition to that, of course, with the newer lists, we got lots of Sangan searches over here because, well, we can just play multiple copies of Sangan, and we actually have a lot more plays to show off. It's not just like, okay, well, I understand how this deck works. You heal them up. There was a really cool play in one of these duels that I will show you guys, courtesy of course. So shout outs to you for building this really cool build because, like I said, I haven't seen any new Exodia builds in a while. And I know a lot of people complain about the amount of special summoning that goes on. His opponent is now at 21,000 life points, and it's still going up. But keep in mind, when we activate Hope for Escape, every time that he's 2,000 above us, we're going to be able to draw an additional card. So, shoot, look at that. Look at the amount of cards that he just drew off of a Hope for Escape, and he's going to go ahead and get Battle Fadered. At this point, he's at a difference of over... it's like he's at 2,009. So at this point, we're drawing so many cards to the point where like it doesn't really matter. It's game over because even if you don't draw all the pieces of Exodia, you're going to draw stall cards, you're going to draw other cards that let you just go ahead and go straight into other things, whether it's Sangan to search out another card. But again, Sangan definitely does help out quite a bit because the card or effect can't be activated, but it doesn't matter when you're searching off an Exodia piece, right? I'm actually not positive on the effect of Exodia if you can't activate it, because technically it doesn't activate, it's a win condition anyways. Which brings me up to one of the duels that I want to showcase off. But I gotta go over this one first because this is a really good duel because his opponent is playing Time Thieves. And for those of you guys that do know, Time Thieves do happen to have the ability to attach your opponent's monsters as material. It's kind of random because you're just taking their top card. But it happens in this duel, which is not what you want in an Exodia deck, is for your opponent to steal an Exodia piece because that can be really problematic. But watch this duel over here, and this will really help any of you guys that are trying to build an Exodia deck understand some of the higher level of mechanics here at play. But it's pretty self-explanatory when you see it, but it's still important to, of course, learn. So right now, we unfortunately don't have the Dark Cure over here, which is the main thing that really separates this Exodia build from other ones that I have seen in the past. But there we go. Redor is out on the board. Again, remember, once per turn, as that quick effect, you detach material to activate different effects, but being able to just have that ability during the standby phase, you can attach the top card of your opponent's deck to it as material. He took a Battle Fader there. He's also got a gift card. Not that big of a deal. There we go. Dark Cure. We got it activated now. It's going to go ahead and attack. It's going to go ahead and get Battle Fadered because he does have to prevent this from making it GG for him. He's going to go ahead and be able to re-add a card. And now there's an Exodia piece. Hold on, this is important here. So we have an Exodia piece attached to Redor. That's important, okay? So it's not good for us. But we're going to go ahead and draw so many cards. We're only at 10, less than 10 at this point, cards in the deck. He's going to go ahead and search out for some extra cards. We're going to go ahead and make Lilith, tributing the opponent's card. But now, remember, we want the Exodia pieces in the hand. We're going to go ahead and make Wee Witch Apprentice and crash it and re-add back the Exodia piece now that it's in the graveyard to our hand. So that was some good plays. We still are missing one Exodia part, but with Hope for Escape here and Dark Cure here, giving us that difference in life points. We're going to draw 2 cards and then draw like, what's the difference here? All right, he's got 14,000 extra life points, and for every 2,000 difference, let's draw 7 cards. That's going to be GG for our opponent here. All right, so this is where I was talking about Sangan earlier. I wanted to mention this, which this duel over here is where we're activating Sangan's effect, not searching off the Exodia head. I'm actually unsure about this. Can someone comment down below what happens? Because, again, I'm not positive. If you search off the head of Exodia on Sangan, do you still win that turn? In this case, it doesn't matter because Sangan's effect is activated during his opponent's turn. Because it says, this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You get to add 1 monster with 1,500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, but you can't activate cards or names of that card with the name for the rest of this turn. So he's going to go ahead and attack into him. He's going to go ahead and he's got Hope for Escape. So at this point, it's not looking too good. He top decks Lilith. He's going to go ahead and activate Hope for Escape, hoping to draw into some cards, but Ash is going to go ahead and say no to that. He's going to activate Lair of Darkness, but that's going to go ahead and get stopped with Hain. And then Lilith is going to go ahead and give him back to the front, which is going to give him the ability to re-add back Sangan to the board so he can block an attack, but more importantly, be able to get that search effect. So we're going to go ahead and have Sangan, but in this instance, he couldn't take any more damage. So I guess, I mean, he's not activating the effect of like one of the, he added the left leg, okay? So we're not activating any effects because the card doesn't have any effects, but it's still part of Exodia. Again, my question to you guys was, if he activates the effect of Exodia, and let's say he starts off the head of Exodia, because that's the one that gives him the win condition, can he use it the same turn or no? Again, that's something I was unaware of exactly. But anyways, we got some more duels over here, again, just showcasing off different ways that you can play the deck, and, you know, if you're opening up with certain other things, what can you do? Because so there's a lot of decks that will just spam the board with special summons, and again, Dark Cure is basically the heart and soul of this build of Exodia. But anyways, he's going to make a pretty decent little board over here. He's also got Release, so he can go ahead and make his link zones kind of more proper. It does help with that area. So he's going to go ahead and Tribute. He's going to go ahead and activate that effect and place Metaverse. That is, of course, the field spell that is required for you to really get everything started in this deck. Being able to tribute your opponent's card is very, very dirty, because sometimes when there is a card that would just negate anything, this just basically forces them to, of course, negate this card immediately. Because if not, they're just going to lose out on their card that has negates. And being able to get rid of your opponent's cards is just so strong in the game, especially when you're just like tributing it to activate an effect that's going to give you a plus. But once again, Dark Cure is out on the board, so he's going to go ahead and start healing his opponent here for Hope for Escape. And at this point, our difference is going to be getting much, much larger every single turn. But we got Reckless Greed and 2 copies of Hope for Escape. Dude, there's a lot of times where you're going to be drawing like 10 cards off of each Hope for Escape. And once you draw another Hope for Escape off of Hope for Escape, that's pretty much GG for your opponent. Especially if you're drawing 10 cards. Like, you're going to be good to go. Then we have Gift Card over here as well. So we're going to give our opponent some more life points. He's going to go ahead and banish the Orcus card. But we're going to go ahead and Dark Cure. Give us that additional draw power. Another Dark Cure activated. So let's see what the opponent does. He's going to go ahead and let's go for some more plays. He's going to go and tribute his opponent's card. And of course, double Dark Cure is where it gets really nasty. Even though it's only like a few life points sometimes, it starts adding up quite quick when your opponent goes into links and special summon, special summon, special summon. So we're going to go ahead and... because he needs a special summon. Almost every Yu-Gi-Oh deck is going to need a special summon. Because basically once you have 2 Dark Cures up, it's almost 1 draw per like card that they go for. And look at that. The difference now, he's got 22,000 life. And we're going to go ahead and draw a bunch of cards right off of that. So, unfortunately, other than that, and since he's only getting 50, but it doesn't really matter at this point. He's going to go ahead and heal for 3,000. We're at like 20,000 life points difference. That's 10 cards off of each single card that we're activating, which that only leaves like 4 cards left in the deck. And he's going to draw 1, so that pretty much is going to be GG, because we've also got Back to the Front up over here, which will then give us another Lilith, which will then give us another card. So we draw lots of cards. That's how the deck goes, and we're getting that win effect off of Exodia. Really good stuff. And that's all because of Dark Cure and, of course, the state of the game where people special out 50 different times per turn. But anyways, if you guys want the deck profile for this, let's go ahead and hop into it real quick. Once again, shout out to my boy Core for making this build. So, of course, all 5 Exodia, we got 3 copies of Harima, 3 copies of Lilith, 1 copy of Tour, 3 copies of Sangan, 2 copies of Skarm, 3 copies of Fader, 3 copies of Ties, 3 copies of Layer, 3 copies of Reckless, 3 gift card, 2 copies of Return to the Front Lines, 3 copies of Hope for Escape, 2 copies of Metaverse, and 3 copies of course, Dark Cure to make the Dark Cure Layer Exodia build. For the extra deck, the only card we really saw that was really useful was Apprentice Witchling, but I'll mouse over the rest of the cards just so you guys get an idea of what you can run. I think, obviously, the Nightmares are always great options, but Apprentice Witchling, you gotta play at least 2 copies of those. The rest, well, it doesn't really matter too much at all. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed seeing that build of Exodia in 2019, the Dark Cure. Definitely showing itself to be great. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see more crazy Yu-Gi-Oh vids like the Dark Cure Exodia. And if you guys got any cool replays, feel free to send it in. You get featured on the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Have a good one. I'm signing out.